What's there? I don't see nothing. I don't see nothing that's there.
Oh, so
None left.
that's cool. It actually shows that we're live on YouTube. It's like in the corner here.
What's there? Yeah. All right, we're gonna mute the YouTube right now. All right, we're muting YouTube. We're on live with YouTube. We're gonna go live onto TikTok as well, Ryan. Ryan, I'm going to invite you onto Zoom. Sorry, TikTok here. What's up, TikTok? We are live talking about WWE Raw. Ryan, I'm going to invite you onto onto the TikTok here. Onto the TikTok here. Make sure to mute your volume on the TikTok. Make sure to mute on the TikTok. What's up, guys? We are live talking about WWE Raw Stranger Things edition, a very mid edition of WWE Raw. Ryan, did you get the TikTok?
Hold on. I am. Oh, there it is. There we go.
There we go. There we go. But all right, a very mid edition of WWE Raw. But you know what, Ryan, kick us off. How are you doing, buddy? Oh, wait, whoa! Look,
Whoa.
you hear all that? There we go.
There, that's better.
That's better.
Wait, we're still working out the kinks, but we got it.
We got it. We got it. We got it. We did it. We did it.
No, I'm doing good. Just you know, chilling, staying inside because this weather has been pretty crazy.
Really has been.
Yeah, so I've been inside like the last few days.
Yeah. No, definitely. Definitely, bro. But WWE Raw just getting off the air right now, off of Netflix. What did you think?
I really thought, for it being the season premiere,
Mm-hmm.
it being the first show of the new year,
Mm-hmm.
I thought it would be like, oh, they're gonna go all out, they're gonna make it like big, and the fact that like it wasn't even 3 hours, it was barely 2.5 hours,
Right.
which is fine because I mean, not everything has to be 3 hours, but I felt like this was a show that probably could have been 3 hours.
Probably could have
Um,
been three
yeah, I
hours.
mean, honestly, like I expected more. Like the women's tag title match it was fine. Like it wasn't boring, but it wasn't like it was fun. It's
Mm-hmm.
cool to see like Rhea and Io as the tag champs,
Right.
and then the women's IC title match seemed very off.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if it's just like the lack of chemistry or what, but they were like. Yeah, it moved like really slow. You could tell the crowd wasn't really that into it.
Right.
So,
Yeah, and I think there was points in the show tonight where the fans kind of seemed like they weren't really involved too much in the action as well. Did you get
yeah.
that sense?
Yeah, they seemed like they didn't really, and I expected more because it's New York and New York usually has like pretty good crowds.
Right.
So it was kind of a surprise, but that also you could also point to like, well, the show wasn't really all that, so that's probably what kept the fans out of it because it's like, we were expecting, like we were expecting Chris Jericho
Right. Well,
surprise return.
yeah. I wasn't expecting Chris Jericho to be honest. I knew that they were going to save him for the Royal Rumble. Could they have brought him out? Certainly. It definitely seemed like they were going to bring him out maybe at one point, but
I
it
mean, they
wasn't
did
like 100% slam dunk.
they had another fun tease to Chris Jericho on commentary. Corey Graves says, "Oh yeah, Braun Breaker's uh learn the learning tree of Paul Heyman."
Right. I think they did that with CM Punk. Do you remember back in 2023 when CM Punk was coming back? They had alluded to like at different points on commentary. I think it was Corey Graves at one point had said like I think it was Shinsuke Nakamura like oh like the he's gonna make him go to sleep and like all like the CM
Go to
Punk
sleep, and
sayings.
then Michael Cole was saying things that from like I think some of Punk's like old promos.
Right, exactly. They had kept alluding to it.
Yeah, it's like the subtle teases.
Right.
So I mean, I think it's inevitable that we get Chris Jericho. I'd like even I was saying before, I still have the expectation that he's gonna be at the Rumble, and I think it's better they save him for the Rumble.
Hmm.
You know, because especially because the last couple of Royal Rumbles, we haven't really had many surprises.
Hmm.
So I think this would be like a nice surprise. But yeah, I don't know. This Raw just felt really lackluster. It felt underwhelming. Like it looked like the fans didn't really care, and I expected more with the Stranger Things like collaboration. You know, like
Yeah, it
it
really
would have
just
been cool like if they had like the actors there.
right.
You know,
Yeah,
but
yeah, it would have definitely been cool if they had the actors there. I think they would have, had some fun, maybe at least with two or three of them. Maybe them getting in the ring, not in a wrestling match, but like in a
yeah,
promo segment or something, and then maybe Gunther, if somebody comes out, heals up
yeah.
on them.
I mean, we had the Gunther and AJ Styles segment, but that segment kind of just felt like
Right,
it just felt kind of like filler.
right.
And I mean, they're gonna have a match next week, so I mean, I guess it's good because it's like, oh, okay, maybe Gunther isn't gonna be the one to retire. I mean, he still could be, but like,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. But I feel like the lone saving grace of this show was the main event.
The lone saving grace of the show was the main event. But before we get to the main event, in our to start the show, it really just felt like a Halloween edition of Monday Night Raw with the
It
Stranger Things.
it
Uh,
really did. Yeah, they didn't really do much other than like, oh, we're in the upside down and having like props and playing like the Stranger Things like theme and then having like chapter one or whatever the titles like that was cool, but it's like I thought they were gonna do more. Like I actually thought this collaboration was gonna be like, oh, they're gonna have the actors on the show, like, you
right.
know, have them involved in some capacity, but
No, no, they didn't at all. But we started the night with the women's tag team titles on the line. You had the Kabuki Warriors defending the titles against Io Sky and Rhea Ripley. What'd you think of that match?
it was like I said, it was a fine match. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great. Like it was a fun match and the crowd I mean I wouldn't say the crowd was into the match. The crowd is just more into Rhea Ripley. You
Right.
know,
Yeah.
I mean, it was a fun match, and I think we all expected that Rio and Neo were gonna get the tag titles. But
Right.
there was a part of me that was like, is someone gonna turn? Is Rio gonna turn? Is Io gonna turn? Or is somebody like gonna come out? Like there was a part of me that thought like something's gonna happen,
Right.
but it didn't, which is fine because I mean, I think like it's fine to have them as women tag champs, but
Right. Yeah, it's totally fine to have them as women's tag team champions. I think it was the predictable finish. Good match between the two, and yeah, we have new women's tag team champions. As far as like giving the match a rating, I'd probably give it like a 6 out of 10,
yeah.
just because it was predictable.
Yeah, like I said, the action was fine. Like it wasn't a bad match, like at
Yeah.
all. It was fine, but it's like got to a point where it's like, okay, yeah, this Rhea and Neo are winning.
Hmm.
So,
Exactly.
but I think we all knew that even before the show went on the air.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Going back to the Stranger Things stuff, I really, I think they missed a golden moments in having the boogeyman come out of that van.
Yeah, that would
They should have
it
had
would have
something
been
like
it
that.
would have been so in tune with like the plot of how Stranger Things work. It's like, oh, they're in the upside down. It's like I don't watch it, but I know like like the main like plot points and stuff. So it would
Mhm.
have been cool. It's like, oh, you have the boogeyman, and like you have it like upside down. It like they have it like cut the black, and then when it reappears, the boogeyman's like right there with the worms coming out of his mouth.
See, they missed a golden opportunity. You do need to watch Stranger Things though, because it's one of those shows that I never thought I would get into. But then during the pandemic, I watched it with my niece and my nephew, and this is probably like when season 2 was still going on, and we were hooked. I was
Yeah,
hooked.
I mean, there's also a part of me that thinks like how many of the writers in the room actually like watch Stranger Things? Because it kind of felt like they,
I
who
mean,
knows,
it's a
maybe they
popular
haven't seen
show.
the show and they're just like, oh, we're just gonna have Stranger Things because that's like the trendy thing right now.
Yeah, they definitely, for them marketing it so much as Stranger Things, they could have done a lot more in that regard.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool to see the stage like all decorated, but like,
Yeah, anytime they can change the stage up, I think it's cool.
yeah, I think they need to do more of that, but instead it's always just the same old like, oh, screen, stage.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, they did utilize a lot of the lights and honestly, like it really, with Stranger Things being like a dark red ambiance, it did go well with it being Monday Night Raw.
Because Raw is red, yeah.
Yeah, but that's not the point here. But yeah, new tag team champions, women's tag team champions, Io Sky and Rhea Ripley. Where do you think they're going to go with those titles?
Well, obviously, because I feel like you still have Charlotte and Alexa involved, and I feel like they've already kind of teased that maybe being their first title defense.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and of course you still have like, and then you have like Roxanne and Liv who want the tag titles. Some other teams. So it'll be interesting to see where they go. I think there are some interesting like ways it could go. Um, but yeah, I mean, I just hope there's good stories and like that they actually build it up and instead of just like, oh yeah, you guys are feuding now.
Right. Yeah, exactly. They have to start doing something different. And the number one thing I think with the women's tag team titles is building consistency around them. You can't just have it where Rhea and Io hold these tag team titles and then people forget that they have them on them. They're obviously Rhea and Io are two of the best women's wrestlers in the world, and obviously they're going to be in top spots, and it's going to be WrestleMania season, so they're going to be in top spots, single spots, and so they're not going to be featured as tag team champions very often. And my worry is that they're going to be forgotten as usual.
Yeah, so that's why I said hopefully they actually have like good stories to like build and to tell because yeah, it'll be you don't want another case of it being like, oh look, you have two of the biggest, women wrestlers in the world right now.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, they're the tag champs? I forgot they were tag champs. You don't want that because it's like, oh, see, then it basically kind of just means the titles are kind of pointless. Like,
Right, exactly. Um, But yeah, before we continue, I want to say hello to everybody on TikTok. Hello to everybody watching on the YouTube, on the live stream there. I want to thank everyone that is tuning in. We are talking WWE Raw. We're talking Stranger Things, the WWE Raw edition of Stranger Things. I don't know how else to word it. But yeah, going forward into the show, I believe the next matchup was Maxine Dupree versus Becky Lynch.
I think so. Yeah, that match just felt, I don't know, that match felt off, moved really slow. I don't know if it's because they didn't have chemistry. Like, I know Maxine just got married over the weekend, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It just felt really off. Like, I was watching, I'm just like, it's like, what? Like, this is, they kind of hyped this up to be like a big match. And I know both of them can do better. So I was just kind
Yeah,
of
and
like,
they had a good match. Their first match together was better than this one.
yeah. So it's just like, I know they're capable of having a great match. I just don't know. It also kind of felt like a little bit rushed.
It did, I think, timing wise.
Yeah. But I
It
mean, we
just
have a
felt
new,
rushed, and also the finish felt very rushed too.
felt very, yeah. And the ending felt very like weird.
Right?
Yeah, it's like I don't know, like she kind of made it obvious that she was holding the rope,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
doing, and they just ignore it, like oh. But I mean, I'm not surprised Becky's the new champ because I even said I was like, watch, Maxine's not gonna hold it very long. She's
Right.
gonna have it for like a month or two and then drop it back.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
who knows, maybe this will probably set up the inevitable AJ Lee Becky Lynch match at WrestleMania.
Oh yeah, that's 100% where they're going. There's no doubt about that.
That's why they put the title back on her.
they put the title back on there, and I cannot see them putting the title back on Maxime Dupree. I think that was just a trial run to see how the fans would react to her
She did
as,
good. She did good. The fans reacted to her well. It just,
yeah,
I think she still needs more time to develop. She has improved a lot, but yeah, she still needs more time to develop.
right, exactly, yeah. I didn't catch what happened with the Usos. I heard them come
The
out
Usos, they just cut like a promo, and the promo felt like, I don't know. They low key, they might have been hammered.
as always. I
They
mean, as
low
long
key
as they're
might have
not
been
driving,
hammered, or at
as
least
long as they're
Jay.
not driving,
Yeah,
you
or
know,
at least Jay. They low key might have been hammered, but because they kind of repeated themselves, and they were just saying like, "Oh yeah, we're the tag champs, and y'all, if y'all want to come and get them, you know where to find us. We'll be right here."
right?
And they
Yeah.
came out to Jay's theme,
Oh,
which
they did. Yeah,
yeah,
and I feel like that's very disrespectful. I feel like that's very disrespectful to Jimmy because like the Usos have their own theme song.
they do.
They have their own theme song. Yet I understand why they're coming out to Jay's theme because Jay's
Like
theme is
I'm
so over.
like I'd even be fine if it was like they come out to the Usos theme and then like it transitions to, like, I'd be fine if it was like that, if
Right.
it like transitions into his theme, but it's like the Usos already have a theme song that's a really good theme song.
It is.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
I think
but it's all because the fans to be eating.
yeah. hmm
So
Now going forward with the Usos, I not very impressed with like them just reuniting and winning the tag team titles. I feel like there needs to be a little bit more meat on the bone here with these guys.
what this is what I still think will happen. I think Jay's turning heel at some point.
I want to see both of them go heel.
I think it's I get your point, but I think they're gonna turn Jay, because I low key think they want to run back Jimmy and Jay, but with the roles reversed.
Well, I don't know. I think if you had two like both heel Usos in a heel tag team, that's going to be a lot more like I guess for lack of a better term, meat on the bone in terms of like storyline telling and where you can go with them in a heel tag team. In a heel tag team,
But think about it. The difference with this is the last time they had the titles, they could go to both brands because they had both titles. Now they're just restricted to Raw.
true. But I just think that like if the both of them are heels, yeah, they could be a tag team, but also Jay could still be in the main event scene. But also he can now have Jimmy as like his like manager or not or like the person he comes out with helping them win.
Yeah, it could be like one of those things, like when Kofi won the WWE Championship. He still had Biggie and Xavier.
Right.
But
Yeah.
it's just like when it was time for him to be like on his own, like they let him be. So
But
like they could easily
yeah,
do that where both of them could still be like singles competitors.
true. But I think I think them turning heel would just mean a lot more in terms of like the long run of like getting the most out of them as a tag team right now.
Yeah, I don't know. And it also kind of felt. I mean, not to say that the Usos deserve it, because I think the Usos are the right choice to be tag team champions. But it also they kind of just put the titles on them like with no real story.
Yeah, they did. And
Like
that's what I
I
mean. There needs to be more meat on the bone here.
like it would have been interesting if like they lose and then they have like tension, and then it's like they have to work their way back, and then they eventually win the titles back. Like, you could have done a story like that. It's like, oh, they're out of sync because they haven't been a team for a while.
Right.
Or like say if like Jimmy takes the pin, Jay gets mad. It's like, I didn't lose, you lost. Doing
Right.
doing things like that. So
Right.
it
Well,
yeah,
we'll see.
it really just felt like they're like, oh, here, Usos are back. Yeah, you're tag champs now.
We'll see what happens with the Usos going forward in terms of WrestleMania because I can't see Jay Uso being in a singles match this year at WrestleMania, and they're probably
No,
going to put them in a tag team
I
match.
think his well, I won't say singles run, but his main event run is over.
Yeah.
His main event run is over. No disrespect to Jay. I don't mean this any disrespect to Jay. They tried it out, and I'm not gonna be honest. it didn't work. I think I think it kind of blew up in their faces.
I mean, they got the most out of it. That's
They
basically
got the
they
most
made a
out
lot
of
of.
it, but it's also like Jay didn't even have the world title for 2 months. Wasn't even two
Right,
months.
right, yeah. Well, we'll see what happens with them going forward as a tag team, and if my personal belief is if they were to turn both of them heel, they can maximize more out of them. But we'll see. We'll see what
Yeah,
happens.
it'll be interesting to see where it goes, especially as we get closer to WrestleMania.
Right.
That I feel like probably within the definitely after the Royal Rumble and like before Elimination Chamber and even after Elimination Chamber leading up to Mania, we're
Mhm.
gonna start getting a feel of what the WrestleMania card will be starting probably after the Royal Rumble.
Right. Exactly. Well, then you had the newest Raw superstar Javon Evans make
Your
his
boy
debut.
Bouncy.
That boy Bouncy, that boy
Yeah,
Bouncy on Monday Night Raw.
yeah. I'm kind of I wouldn't say I'm surprised, but because I thought he would go to SmackDown, but I kind of it kind of makes sense because SmackDown has got Trick Williams and they're probably gonna get Jordan Gray, so it's probably like, okay, okay, we gotta have like somebody go to Raw.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it'll be interesting because they had another Oba Femi tease.
They did. They
So it'll
did.
be interesting to see if he goes to Raw or SmackDown. I think he could fit well on either brand.
I think SmackDown needs him most
I
definitely.
definitely, especially because he has that match with Cody, and he's gonna be like, "You didn't beat me, you
Right.
know. You still have to prove that you can go toe to toe with me and whatnot." Maybe he becomes maybe he challenges for the title in like a multi-man match, and he already has a feud with Drew because Drew cost him.
Yeah,
So there's a bit of history there. It's like both those guys are on SmackDown. It's like he kind of already has a tailor-made story on SmackDown with
he
Drew and
does.
Cody.
He does.
So I feel
I
like
think
it makes
long
sense
term,
for him to go to SmackDown.
I think long term booking for Obafemi is not only do they put the world title on him very soon, and I'm talking about like they're gonna run it back with him and Cody Rhodes at some point.
And I think I wouldn't be surprised if it's SummerSlam.
I wouldn't be surprised either.
I would
That
not be surprised if it's SummerSlam. I don't think it's going to be WrestleMania, but I could see it being SummerSlam.
that or at SummerSlam he beats Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
and
mean, like,
you know what would be an interesting match down the road
it'd
if it were to happen? Imagine having Braun Breaker versus Obafemi.
be great. That'd
Yeah,
be
no, there's a lot of interesting possibilities with Obafemi because that dude has main event star written all over him.
yeah, he does.
That
Yeah, he
is a
does.
future world champion if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, he does. And
And
so,
there's a fun fact. I don't know if you saw this. There has never been a 90s born world champion in WWE history.
oh
Never.
wow,
There's never been a 90s born WWE champion.
dude, we're getting to a point where we're gonna have a 2000s born world champion.
Yeah.
Like that's where we're heading. That makes me feel super old.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I saw that. It's like, yeah, there has been no 90s born world champion in WWE history.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, because you think about it, last world champions, I mean, WWE champions, Cody, Cena,
Roman.
Roman. I mean, that's like going back, you know, and then world heavyweight champions, Punk, Seth, who else? Gunther,
You
uh,
had Jay. Yeah, like
Jay,
all these
80s.
guys well into their late 30s, early 40s, or
I
almost
mean, yeah,
50.
yeah, exactly. I'm surprised we haven't had a 90s born world champion.
Well, I mean, it's surprising, but also to me, it's like because I feel like they haven't really had like a legitimate star that could be it, and now they do because you have Braun Breaker, you have Obafemi, you have Javon Evans, you have Trick Williams.
Yeah, exactly. You have all those guys that are just the foundation of WWE for the next 10 years.
Yeah, that's the future company right there.
It is. It really is. It really is.
So I wouldn't be
Uh,
surprised if at the end of this year, or if not this year, next year, we have our first ever 90s born world champion.
you know, seriously, that's definitely a possibility. Something that wasn't exciting and that I thought was kind of lame on the show, that I thought they could have done a whole of a lot more with was the Gunther AJ Styles segment. I do love how comes out with that T-shirt. He says, "Tap like a
I
little."
mean, he's taking advantage of the heel heat, and I don't think there's any other heel that could do what he's doing right now
Yeah,
because he's like just like he's so natural when it comes to being a heel.
yeah. Did you pause your TikTok?
Yeah, I had to respond to something.
Okay, no worries.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, okay, we're good. We're good. Yeah, sorry. I had to respond to something.
no worries. Yeah. So what were you saying?
Yeah, no, I was saying like Gunther is so natural as a heel. I don't know if there's another heel that could pull off what he's doing right now.
Yeah, I don't know either. Really, it's really
And I
great at
think
it.
it helps not to be like I'm not trying to be like, oh, he's like from a foreign country. I think the fact that he isn't American and that he is like, from Austria, I think that also helps him because it's like this guy is like literally like not I'm not gonna say anti-American, but it's like this guy is like it's kind of similar to like the whole Bret Hart like, oh, I hate Canada.
Yeah. Oh,
But it's
absolutely.
like, but he's like, even though he's Canadian, he's like, oh, I hate
Yes.
Canada. I hate Canadians.
Yeah. Well, the one thing I love how Gunther is just embracing this him being such a menacing heel right now, and in terms of like him being able to be hit the one who had tapped out John Cena. He's really fully embraced it, and now he's it's paying off dividends. What I didn't like on this segment was, okay, he came out, he was bullying AJ Styles a little bit, and it was just like the classic, oh, what are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? A slap.
And then the typical, oh, it's either going to be a slap or a punch. It's one of those two.
Yeah.
We've seen this before. They get up all up in their face, going like nose to
And that was
nose.
it. That was it. They played the music, and that was it.
And then they had the backstage, and he's like, I want AJ.
Mm-hmm.
And then AJ's like, what are you gonna do? Oh yeah, no, you're gonna stand there like a little bitch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's what he said. It's like, I mean, they're gonna put on a great match. There's no doubt about it. Their match is gonna be
Did they announce
good
when that match is?
next Monday.
Next Monday on Raw. Okay.
Yeah,
I was
next
thinking,
Monday on Raw
yeah, because they're not going to have that at the
in
Royal Rumble.
Germany. Special start time. It's 11 a.m. for us
11 a.m.
next Monday because they're in Germany.
morning.
I
Yeah,
think
Monday morning Raw.
Dusseldorf. Yeah,
Hmm?
what were we calling it when they last year during senior time? What were we calling it? Midday night Raw? Or
Midday Night
no?
Raw.
Yeah, midday night Raw.
Yeah, Midday Night Raw,
Yeah,
baby.
yeah. So
This
11.
is going to be Monday morning Raw.
Yeah. So remember that 11 a.m. our time next week for Raw because they'll be in I think Dummelhof, Germany. However you
I
say
don't
it.
know.
They're
I
in Germany though. They will
will
be in
be
Germany.
definitely working during that time,
Yeah,
but I will
but
try to catch it on my phone.
yeah, but or at the very least, it's like when you're if you get time, it's like oh you don't have to like oh I gotta wait till 5, but it's like oh it was live already. I can watch it now.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
that's one thing I do like when they go international. I do like when we can watch it early. It's like oh cool,
But that's the one of the benefits now of it being on
definitely
Netflix because
yeah
when it was back
definitely.
on USA,
They
you had to
had
wait.
you had to wait regardless unless you went to like one of those like third party sites or whatever where
Right.
you had a VPN. Um, but yeah, no. So I think that is one of the great benefits of Netflix is they're able to adapt to wherever they are. Like, oh, it's like when we see it, it'll be live, but it'll just be earlier for us to go with our time zone.
Right. Exactly. And then we head into the main event here. It was a very early start for the main
Yeah,
event. I believe it was like
I even
six
text you?
forty.
Could I even text you? I was like, "It's main event already." I'm like, "It's not even 7."
Yeah. But a very how would you rate this main event? I think it was a very, very good main
It
event.
was very solid. I definitely think Braun Breaker really, really made a name for himself, and
He
he
did, for sure.
really stood out. 'Cause there was a point I even texted you. I was like, "Wait, are they like gonna? Are they really gonna pull the trigger?"
It really looked like
Like
at some points they were going to.
it really felt like he was gonna do it,
Yeah.
and then no, I mean, hey, CM Punk may be 47, 48 years old. He can still go. he can still go.
For sure. That's the one thing that CM Punk has proven because when he came back to WWE, everyone was saying, oh, he's injury prone, he's old, he's this, he's that.
And it still lived up because when he had the Royal Rumble, he tore his tricep. Everyone's like, "Oh, there it
Mm-hmm.
is." And like literally since then, he's like
Yeah.
proving why he is called the best in the world. So yeah, I think the main event was solid, and I was like, okay, something has to be going on because it's not even seven, and I was like,
I
this
told you,
match,
I texted you that they're going to be going 40 minutes.
yeah, and they went, I think they went like 30 ish
Yeah,
minutes,
around there.
yeah. And usually when it happens, it's like, okay, something's gonna happen. Even in my head, I'm like, okay, the Vision's gonna come out, and then whoever's gonna come out will like feed him, blah blah blah. But then I thought after that, I was like, are they gonna introduce a fifth member of the Vision? You know,
Yeah.
but it doesn't
Um,
happen, which was fine. It was fine. Like I know a lot of people were kind of, I won't say expecting, but a lot of people were hoping for Chris Jericho or
that he wouldn't be, he, even if Jericho, and we can get to Jericho in a second, but
yeah,
even
it wouldn't make any
if,
sense because it's just like
yeah,
if he's back, why would he join with the
he wouldn't
Vision?
join the Vision. The Vision is Paul Heyman's group of young
And
guys.
if anything, I feel like the only thing that I could have seen happening that would make sense for Chris Jericho is because the history he has with CM Punk.
Yeah, but that's so, I mean, such a long time ago. That makes no sense.
I know, well, I know, but I'm saying like if it were to do it, it's like that's kind of the only thing that would kind of make it work. Like
Hmm.
I'm not saying it would make like total sense because it wouldn't, but I'm saying like that's kind of like the only thing that would have kind of made it work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, a banger of
Yeah,
a
no,
main
it
event
definitely
for the.
definitely was a great first main event of Raw. And also I will say, okay, I know this one's focusing on Raw, but I will say the first 3 hour SmackDown of the year was actually a pretty solid show.
Mm.
And I don't know if you watched the main event, the ambulance match, that was a really good match. So I give props to WWE. They gave us two solid first main events for Raw and SmackDown on the
They did.
opening
They
week. So
did.
I will say that. And I will think, in my opinion, I don't know if you watched all of SmackDown. I did. But in my
Mhm.
opinion, I think the first episode of SmackDown was way better than tonight's episode of Raw.
Yeah, I think in terms of like story development and
And the
surprises
pacing,
and
like when I was watching
yeah,
SmackDown, I did not get bored. I was just like
no,
they were
yeah,
doing something like it was so consistent,
yeah,
which is good because like there were times when it was 3 hours, just like really like why? Like why are they
right.
doing this? Like you could tell like okay, this is just filler. They're trying to like kill time, whatever. But no, this one actually the pacing was well. The match quality was great. Um, yeah, and I had heard, I don't know if you saw, but I had heard that there's like a new person like kind of overseeing the creative agenda for SmackDown.
No, I didn't know that. Who is it?
Yeah, and apparently Ryan something, not me, it's not
Ryan
me.
Hernandez.
No, it's not me. No, his name's
Ah,
Ryan, but apparently, you remember, I know you don't really remember much of it, but remember when there was like the 1 or 2 years where SmackDown was kind of was doing better than Raw,
yeah,
like 2016, 2017.
yeah.
Apparently, the guy that wrote the shows like at that time is now the guy kind of overseeing the creative agenda.
Hmm.
So it'll be interesting to see what that turns out because Road Dogg is now not the head writer anymore. He's an assistant
Good.
writer.
Get him out because it was not
Get
good.
him out of there. But
Yeah,
we know we won't get him out of there because he's all buddy buddy with Triple H. So, but
yeah. I
so
mean,
so we'll see what that leads to. We'll see if it makes any difference in creative because it's crazy how literally like one person can make creative so much better.
I mean,
Like
just in terms of like,
like when we look at late 2023 and like early 2024, Dave Law 2024, when pretty much when Triple H took over for Vince. Look how much better the product got in such a short amount of time when Triple H took over.
mhm.
It's like that's one guy. I mean, of course, there's like all the other guys and stuff, but it's
That's
like that's one guy.
that's the thing too. You look at any show, right? The the content that could come out of one show is based off of it could be based off of one person's opinion. When Vince McMahon was running WWE, it was based off of Vince McMahon's opinion.
Vince had the
Now
final
it's
word. Like
Triple
if
H's
you,
opinion.
yeah, like if you said something and Vince didn't like it, he'd be like, no.
Yeah, but now it's Triple H. But Triple H has done a lot better job. I mean, somewhat of kind of dispersing it into other
Yeah.
people. Now,
But
nothing
one
is
one
great.
example I want to look at is based off what we saw in the first season of WWE Unreal when they were discussing the Royal Rumble. Basically, they were all saying CM Punk or John Cena, and they were all like, "Oh, it could be John Cena, wins third." And then there's one person that said Jey Uso, and all of a sudden, I was like, "Okay, yeah, Jay's gonna win." It's like, wait, but everybody literally just said Punk or Cena, but you're gonna listen to one guy because he said, "Oh, you gotta kick the honor while it's hot." It's like. So like everybody literally says they want CM Punk or John Cena, but one person's like Jey Uso, and everyone's like, "Oh, okay, yeah, we'll do Jey Uso."
Well, yeah. Going back into this main event here, I would rate it an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I
Legitimately.
thought it was really good. It was a little slow at some
It
points, but
was.
it really, especially that 'cause after I rewatched it, 'cause I actually thought Punk did hold the rope, but I saw no, Braun Breaker just completely missed it.
Yeah.
'Cause I thought like, oh, maybe Punk did just grab the
No,
rope and
it
lock
was a
it, but then
botch.
I
It was a
looked.
botch on.
Yeah,
That's why they
but
redid the spot.
yeah, they redid it. Well, also I think it's because Corey kind of saved it. He's like, "Oh, look," or it was Corey oh no, it was Michael Cole. He's like, "Oh, Punk managed to get a hold of the rope there," so I was like,
No,
"They
they
they
covered for it.
saved it."
And they
Yeah,
also covered for the pile driver as well.
yeah. That pile driver was bad. He didn't even get. He literally landed on his stomach.
Yeah, I mean, look, I
He
get that
landed
they're
on
not
Punk's
trying to.
stomach.
They're not trying to hurt each other, but also like that was bad. That was bad.
It was
They
pretty yeah. But aside from those two spots, they put on a great match.
they did.
And
They
so
did.
and it's not easy to, bot spots like that and then the rest of the match flow because sometimes a bot can literally throw off the entire match.
It
So
can
I think they both recovered well and they had a really solid main event. I gotta give credit and props to Braun Breaker. He will definitely be a world champion in the future.
most definitely.
Maybe as soon as WrestleMania. Who knows?
Most definitely. Brown Breaker proved it tonight that he can be a
Oh,
legitimate main event player.
he's definitely more than capable of being the guy. He's got the in-ring talent. His his promos need a little bit of work, but I mean that's why he has Paul Heyman. Like there's no one better you could pair him up with than Paul Heyman.
Hmm.
But yeah, he's got the in-ring work. He's got the charisma. He has like he even looks like a star.
He does. He
Like
does.
if you weren't a wrestling fan and you watched it and you saw him, you would probably think, "Oh, this guy must be like the face of the company."
Look,
He
he
has
looks
that
like
look to him.
a brick shit house. And so, man, at some point they're going to put the title on him. Tonight wasn't the night, but at some point, very, very soon, and it could be at WrestleMania.
Yeah. And I think this was also a little bit of a test for Braun Breaker. Like, can
Yeah.
he
Oh, yeah.
handle being in the main event picture? Can
Yeah.
he handle being in a world
And I
title
think he
match?
succeeded.
Yeah, because sometimes you could put someone in a world title match and it's like, no, they can't handle it. It's too much. No,
Dude,
if that was a test, he passed with flying colors.
look at Ryback. Ryback, they put him in the world title match. Ryback was hot for a month and he fizzled out.
Fizzled out, yeah. And just look at back at what Punk has said. Punk's like, yeah, no, he's totally like unsafe to work with. So it just shows not everybody's meant to be in the world title picture, and then if they are, not everybody can handle it.
Exactly. Exactly. But how would you grade this overall? Well, but before that, Punk retains after many, many near falls in a great main event. Punk retains. How would you rate this Monday Night Raw?
I'm gonna say I'm gonna say 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10 is
And,
right.
and and I feel like that's fair because, like I said, we both agreed like the saving grace was the main event. And then I
Mhm.
think also the women's tag match, like even though it was predictable, it was a fun match. So I feel like I give it some points for that too. But like kind of everything
Exactly.
in the middle was that. Oh, and there's something we totally skipped over. I mean, not the. I mean, yes, you had Liv and Lyra, but that match was whatever. But I
That's
mean
right.
But I mean, Stephanie Vaquer, she had a boot, walking boot,
right?
got an
Stephanie
ankle
McCann.
injury, and then Raquel Rodriguez came out was going to attack it. Though it looks like Raquel is still in the picture. And honestly,
Yeah.
the way Raquel looked, I would not be surprised if Raquel Rodriguez is women's world champion at some point this year.
I mean, look, they could definitely give her the world title like they gave Damian Priest the world title in the sense of, hey, let's see what she got.
And
You
I
I
will
think
say this, and when she was a babyface, she was meh. When she first started as heel, meh. But I will admit, she has really stepped it up over
well,
the
Raquel
past year.
also you got to remember was suffering from she was out for a very long
Yeah,
time with a
because she
skin
was suffering
condition.
something with like her skin or whatever. Like it's like super sensitive,
Yeah,
which is, of course, like it's like it makes sense why she was always out. But ever since she's been healthy, I think right now she's doing some of her best work.
yeah, I do too, and I think putting her in the Judgment Day, just putting her in that group, has done her very well with the mix of women that they have. Roxanne Perez, being her little chihuahua out there. Roxanne was looking tonight. We'll
Yeah,
leave
I
it
know
at
you.
that.
I know you were getting a little.
Well, it's a family show. We were not gonna.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm not gonna go there,
Yeah,
but yeah, no, but
but
yeah. So
yeah, Raquel Rodriguez. I think look, they could also put the world title on her and use Stephanie Vaquera's foot as an excuse for her to lose the world title.
yeah,
Uh, I think yeah,
yeah, and then it'll also be interesting to see like how Roxanne Perez plays into this because I think Roxanne Perez is gonna be a star,
yeah,
but
she
I
is
think like I get why they put her in the Judgment Day, but at some point either they're gonna turn on her or she's gonna turn on them.
definitely, definitely. But I can also see them putting the world title on Raquel Rodriguez because you look at some point you need to start venturing off into different women to
But
see how they can do.
and it creates another interesting point because if Raquel wins a world title and then you have Liv, you might have something brewing there. Raquel and Liv going at it
Exactly.
because then Liv's
So,
gonna be like, I should be the women's world champion. Like I'm the like the main woman, not you. You
right.
could play it up to something like that.
Exactly.
So, but yeah, so overall, I give the first Raw of the year like a 6 out of 10. It could have been better. There were some bright spots, but it could have been better. Um, so not the start you want to get off to it for the first show of the year, but
hmm But
there's
you know what?
definitely room for
I
improvement.
think it's so both these shows have set up going forward for this next year. Sorry for the next few weeks into the
Pretty
Royal
much
Rumble.
from
I
now
think
till
they
the
set
Rumble, yeah.
themselves up well.
Yeah, it'll from now until till the Rumble, you know what interesting to me so
Hmm.
far because even some would do it like I know it's still pretty early, but like nobody's declared for the Royal Rumble yet,
No, you're right.
which I'm kind of
Usually we do
surprised
have people.
because in years past you've had people be like, oh, it's still a month away. Yeah, but you have people like once the build of the Royal Rumble starts, you always have somebody that declares. So I'm
Yeah,
surprised nobody's
absolutely.
declared yet.
Absolutely. You will have people go on the microphone and say, "Oh, this is me. I'm declaring for the Royal Rumble." Blah blah blah.
Yeah, so it's kind of I mean I don't like the fact that like everybody just announced it. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be in the Royal Rumble, but like it's kind of interesting that we haven't had that yet.
Right. Exactly.
I mean, Sammy kind of teased on SmackDown, but he never officially declared.
Right.
He's like, "Oh, I've never won a world title," and my son asked me why, and it's like, "Oh, well, the Royal Rumble's coming up." So like, why else would he be saying that?
Right.
So in a way,
Exactly.
he was kind of teasing, like, "Yeah, I'm going to be in the Rumble. I'm going to win the Rumble to get my first world title."
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so it'll be interesting
Yeah. It'll
how
be interesting. It'll be interesting to see, how they go forward. And now we have SmackDown coming up. We have the three stages of hell
not
coming
really
up.
3 stages of hell, 3 stages of heck.
Yeah. Exactly. Now look,
Because
is it really three stages of hell when you have when the first match is a regular wrestling
a
match?
straight wrestling match is like,
Is
what
that
is
hell?
that? And then it's
No.
yeah, no. And then the other one is what?
think it's not a street fight. It's a steel cage. No, the last one's a steel cage.
But he said old school steel cage, so I'm wondering if he's referencing the old blue one in
I don't think
WWF.
so. I don't think so. I think he just meant like an old fashioned steel cage match. We'll see.
What was the second one?
Forgot. Chat. What's the
Was
second
it false
match?
count? Was it false count anywhere?
It could be. It could be very lazy looking like that.
But that's how you know it's like if you can't remember what the stage is like, yeah, is it really three stages of hell? Like
Exactly. Yeah.
it,
But
it's crazy that this is only going to be the sixth three stages of hell match in history.
right.
Only the sixth one.
Oh wow. Yeah.
And it's the
I think
first one. Well, I mean, there was one in NXT in 2019 that I didn't watch it, but I saw a post about it. But it's like this is the first three stages of hell match on the main roster in 13 years because the last one we had was John Cena Ryback three stages of hell. That's the last one we had.
this is the first time we've talked about Ryback twice on the show. But anyways, um,
Well,
yeah,
they referenced him too with the two stages of hell, so it's like it's kind of like I can't skip over because it's like he was involved in the last one. So
the
it's like,
best one that they've ever done was Stone Cold versus Triple H. I think it
I
was at
don't I don't think
Mania.
I don't think I personally have seen it, but I've heard a lot of great things about that
That's
one.
the best one they've ever done. Stone Cold versus
And
Triple
that
H,
was
no
the
way
first
at
one too.
2001.
That was the first one.
Which one? Sorry.
That was the first one. That was the first ever three stages of hell match.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, I don't remember.
And then the next what's funny is I look, there's been six three Triple H has been in half of them.
Yeah, he has.
Because it was the Stone Cold,
Hmm.
Shawn Michaels, and
Yeah,
then
Armageddon 2002.
yeah, and then I forget who the third one was. But yeah, but I found that crazy. Like there's been six, well, there will be six, and the Triple H is in half of them. That's crazy.
Now he's booking them. Now he's booking them. But yeah, now we have the Royal Rumble to look forward to, which we're going to talk about on the next podcast as
Yeah,
well.
and we'll be live stream. We won't be live streaming the whole show, but we'll be live streaming probably what? Probably the Rumble matches.
Yeah, both women's and men's Royal
Yeah,
Rumble
yes.
matches.
And then if there's world title matches, we'll probably do that too. Because
Exactly.
I feel like you got to do the world title matches because that could it'll play a factor of like, oh, what championship are they gonna pick? You know,
Right.
so
But we'll see.
be
We'll
on the
see with
lookout
timing and
for
everything.
that. It'll be interesting to see too. Because also the Royal Rumble is also going to be on earlier for us too because they're in Saudi Arabia.
They're in Saudi Arabia. That's right. Yeah,
Yeah, so it will be a bit. I think it's a 3 or 4 o'clock start time. It's one of those.
probably. Yeah. That'll be
And
cool. No, I
usually it's
think it
like
might be
five
even earlier.
o'clock.
It might be like around 1 o'clock
It might be like 1 or
or,
two
yeah,
o'clock, I think.
or 10, 11. We'll see.
I don't think it's that early. I think it might be 1 or 2 o'clock.
No, I'm pretty sure it might be like before 12, but we'll see. Pacific time. We'll see what time the Royal Rumble starts.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to see, especially with how the Rumble matches play out. Like literally as of right now, we have no idea who's in the Rumble matches,
No, we don't.
which is interesting because like we just said a couple minutes ago, there's usually always at this point, there's always at least a couple names that are announced for it.
Yeah. Well, we'll see going forward. Maybe on SmackDown they start having
Yeah.
people announce.
Also I throw it back to the first Raw on Netflix last year when John Cena on the first show says, I'm going to enter and win the Royal Rumble.
Hmm.
And the show was still like the show was still like 3.5 weeks away, like 4 weeks away, almost a month away.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why I said I just find it interesting. And now because Braun Breaker lost, makes me wonder Braun Breaker might be one of the favorites to win the Royal Rumble now.
You know what? It's definitely a possibility. We'll talk about this on a
We'll
future
get into our
podcast.
predictions more later, and I think it'll help when we actually know who's going to be in it because it's
Right.
kind of hard to make a prediction when you don't know who's in it.
But you can already tell who's going to be in it.
Yeah, there's the sense. It's just like no, they just haven't officially announced anybody yet. But
Hmm.
we have a sense. But you're gonna have like the usual people that are like always in it.
Right. Exactly.
But yeah, we'll talk. We'll go more in detail on that when it gets closer to the Rumble, which I think is on the I know it's back in January. It's the last January, or it's the last Saturday in January. I just don't know the date, but I know it's the last Saturday in January.
Right. Might
And
be around
I
there.
don't know if you saw a picture on Instagram. I did. They're building an entire arena for the Royal Rumble right now in Saudi Arabia.
That's insane to think about.
I'm not even joking. I don't
Yeah.
know if you saw the pictures.
No, I haven't.
No, if you look on Insta or I could send I'll probably send it to you on
And
Instagram.
people are going to be leaking them because remember, people are leaking the set to Survivor Series.
Leaking says Survivor Series. I remember when the WrestleMania 33 set got leaked. You see
Yeah.
that's when we all knew about the roller
The
coaster
roller coaster. Yeah.
because the leaked photos of like when they were constructing it.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Yep.
I just find that really interesting. It's like, damn, they're really building like a whole arena for it. Everyone's like, "Hey, construction's not that fast," but I saw some comment be like, "Oh no, in places like the East, they're way more efficient when it comes to construction compared
Now
here," which is true. They are.
they're
They're
building.
way more efficient.
Now they're building a set for the Royal Rumble. Can you imagine what they're going to build next year for WrestleMania?
Exactly. It's just because Saudis, they have their money. And what have we been saying? They need more unique stages.
Yeah, they do.
Like
Yeah, they
if
do.
okay, I'm not saying oh you gotta have a unique stage for Raw and SmackDown. It would be cool. But at least the big shows you gotta have unique stages. Like
Yeah,
I like the Clash
absolutely.
in Paris stage with the Eiffel Tower. That was cool.
They do. They need to have more creativity with these things. And the one thing that like it looks good on TV at times, but Triple H has minimized the entrance sets. For at least for the PLEs, you don't want to minimize. You want to make them more grand.
Like a set stage I love, and that not just because we were there. I love the WrestleMania 39 stage.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was in my opinion, that's probably the greatest
Well,
WrestleMania
it's just
stage.
because look at Saudi Arabia is putting in their own money to build this set.
And they're
Any
gonna
other
want to
show,
go as big as they can.
any other show, who has to pay for that? It's TKO.
WWE. It's or yeah, Saudi Arabia. This is money out of their own pockets, and they're gonna want to go as big as possible.
Right.
So
Exactly.
don't be surprised if we see like a 100 foot
Something. I
like
don't know. Yeah.
WrestleMania or like a WWE
Yeah.
championship. Like
Yeah.
who knows what we're gonna see? Like
Exactly.
yeah, sure. I know we may not be fond of them being Saudi Arabia for WrestleMania,
What are you
but
talking about? I
I
like it. I like it. With
I'll say I said most people.
we support it. It's fine.
I mean, yeah, we're
Wink.
still gonna watch it. We're still gonna watch it. Yes, yes.
Wink.
I was no, well, no. What the point I was trying to make is I'm excited to see what the stage will look like
Yeah.
because it's coming out of their own pockets. Like, no, they're the ones paying for it.
Exactly.
So it'll just be interesting to see what they like how big they're willing to go for WrestleMania and just for a set in general. So
Mhm. But yeah.
yeah, I
All
think
right.
that about wraps it up for this episode, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is our first podcast of the year 2026.
Yes.
We forgot to mention,
Yes.
this is now named Wrestling with Ryan and
Ryan
Mike.
and Mike. I don't know if you saw, I actually put out a tweet, I think New Year's Eve or like right before the new year. I actually put a tweet that says starting in 2026, the show will be renamed Wrestling with Ryan and Mike, and we will start covering AEW. I actually did put a tweet out about it.
Yes, sir. We're going to be covering AEW next podcast,
Yes.
next week.
We will try, we're going to, or I'm going to try my best.
Right, exactly. The AEW world title is the big picture right now. MJF is the new world champion, and so who knows who's going to be challenging
And
him coming up?
we might be going to a show because they're coming to Ontario.
Yeah, and then they're also going to be in LA, and so in
So
March, and so who knows?
so if we go, keep an eye out for that because I'm sure we'll probably do a little something, whether it's interviewing or trolling. Well, I know I'm going to be trolling. You want me to troll, so
I want you to troll
yeah,
as much as possible.
yes. And in case you guys are like, what do you mean by trolling? I'm going in full Johns. I'm wearing the hat, the shirt, armbands, headband, my championship. Like I'm going full. I'm literally going to be the biggest troll like ever.
You're going to be the biggest WWE mark there.
What's the sign that what is it that you text me? I dare you to make a sign that says this.
No, you say it.
I don't remember what I said.
Oh my gosh! So why'd you bring it up?
No. I do. I don't remember what I said right off the top of my head. No, because you dared me to do something. Let me see. Let me pull it up. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, not me. Well, not me seeing my Panthers can beat your Rams. Uh-huh.
anyways,
Oh,
guys.
oh, oh, that's there it is. You said you dared me to make a sign that says AEW is the minor leagues.
Nice. So I dared Ryan to say to make a sign that says AEW is the minor leagues. Well, all right.
Yeah.
Well,
So be
that'll do for tonight's
yeah.
podcast. I want to thank everyone watching on TikTok and watching on YouTube, and of course everyone that's going to be listening in on Spotify. This is
Spotify, Apple
Raston with Ryan and
Podcast,
Mike, and yeah, this is our first podcast of 2025, and
2026.
sorry,
2026.
2026. I'm
Okay.
already
No,
getting the year
it happens.
wrong.
The start of the new year. It always happens. Don't worry. It's all
Exactly.
good. It's all good.
It's all good in the
So,
hood.
but
All
be
right,
be
guys.
on the lookout. We're expecting big things for Lace 'em Up Sports Media in 2026.
Exactly.
So just be on the lookout for keep looking out on the IG. We're gonna try to be posting more. We're gonna try to be more consistent. I'm gonna try to be more consistent on the Twitter.
Hmm.
And it's in the very very early stages, but we will actually be making a separate TikTok account dedicated specifically
I'm
to
waiting for
this.
Ryan to get off his lazy butt and do it.
It's not that easy.
Because we need to talk about it's not that easy. You just make the account.
Yeah, I know, but it's like yeah, it's in the works. It's in the
It's in the
works.
it's
It's
in
in
the
the
works.
works.
But we just put out a Rams 2025-26 regular season recap. You guys can watch that. That's on TikTok. That's on Instagram.
And
That's on YouTube.
A Chargers one is coming up. I'm in the process
Exactly.
of writing it.
Yep. And so big things coming up for both LA sports. Yeah, we'll
And
be
keep
back
an
next
eye
time
out. This is another plug for you. Keep an eye out for LA Sports Roundup later this week. It'll
because
be
the Rams are
another.
going to whoop on the Carolina
It's
Panthers.
yeah. I told them. Oh no. We'll save this.
We'll
We'll
save
save
it.
this
We'll save it. We'll save
for
it. We'll
that. Because
save it
I was
because
gonna
pro
say we could tell them
wrestling
what
fans
our
don't want to
bet
hear
was,
about
but
that.
yeah, yeah. But no, that's a little plug. So just be on the lookout for that.
Exactly.
And
All right.
you will hear a familiar voice. You won't see, but you'll hear.
There you
So,
go.
but yeah, thank you
Well,
guys for watching and for all this support. And yeah, just be on the lookout for stuff on IG next episode. So.
there you go. Until then, you can't see us.